far beneath your skin, hidden inside your body. A force is stirring. It grows in silence, ignoring the rules, harder than any fever. It can take over tissue, spread through veins and organs, and disrupt the life of the body. It's not a germ. It's not a curse. It's cancer. Some cells lie dormant for years. Some strike without warning. All of them hold incredible power. So today, we're answering the big question of cancer. Cancer is a disease in which some of the body's cells grow uncontrollably and spread to other parts of the body. Cancer can start almost anywhere in the human body, which is made up of trillions of cells. Normally, human cells grow and multiply through a process called cell division to form new cells as the body needs them. When cells grow or become damaged, they die, and new cells take their place. Sometimes, this orderly process breaks down, and abnormal or damaged cells grow and multiply when they shouldn't. These cells may form tumors, which are lumps of tissue. Tumors can be cancerous or not cancerous, benign. Cancerous tumors spread into or invade nearby tissues and can travel to distant places in the body to form new tumors, a process called metastasis. Cancerous tumors may also be called malignant tumors. Many cancers from solid tumors, but cancers of the blood, such as leukemia, yes, generally do not. Benign tumors do not spread into or invade nearby tissues. When removed, benign tumors usually don't grow back, whereas cancerous tumors sometimes do. Benign tumors can sometimes be quite large, however, some can cause serious symptoms or be life-threatening, such as benign tumors in the brain. Trick the immune system into helping cancer stay alive and grow. For instance, some cancer cells convince immune cells to protect the tumor instead of attacking it. Accumulate multiple changes in their chromosomes, such as duplications and deletions of chromosomes. Some cancer cells have double the normal number of chromosomes, rely on different kinds of nutrients than normal cells. In addition, some cancer cells make energy from nutrients in a different way than most normal cells. This lets cancer cells grow more quickly. Many times, cancer cells rely so heavily on these abnormal behaviors that they can survive without them. Researchers have taken advantage of this fact, developing therapies that target the abnormal features of cancer cells. For example, some cancer therapies prevent blood vessels from growing towards tumors, essentially starving the tumor of needed nutrients. Types of genes that cause cancer. Cancer cells differ from normal cells in many ways. For instance, cancer cells grow in the absence of signals telling them to grow. Normal cells only grow when they receive such signals. Ignore signals that normally tell cells to subdivide or to die, a process known as programmed cell death or apoptosis. invade into nearby areas, and spread to other areas of the body. Normal cells stop growing when they encounter other cells, and most normal cells do not move around the body. Tell blood vessels to grow towards. These blood vessels supply tumors with oxygen and nutrients and remove waste products from tumors. Hide from the immune system. The immune system normally eliminates damaged or abnormal cells. The genetic changes that contribute to cancer tend to affect three main types of genes: proto-oncogenes, tumor suppressor genes, and DNA repair genes. These changes are sometimes called drivers of cancer. Proto-oncogenes are involved in normal cell growth and division. However, when these genes are alerted in certain ways or are more active than normal, they may become cancer-causing genes for oncogenes, allowing cells to grow and survive when they should not. Tumor suppressor genes are also involved in controlling cell growth and division. Cells with certain alterations in tumor suppressor genes may divide in a controlled manner. DNA repair genes are involved in fixing damaged DNA. Cells with mutation in these genes tend to develop additional mutations in other genes and changes in their chromosomes, such as duplications and deletions of chromosomes. Together, these mutations may cause the cells to become cancerous. As scientists have learned more about the molecular changes that lead to cancer, they have found that certain mutations commonly occur in many types of cancer. Now there are many cancer treatments available to target gene mutations found in cancer. A few of these treatments can be used by anyone with a cancer as a target mutation, no matter where the cancer started growing. In normal cells, tumor suppressor genes prevent cancer by slowing or stopping cell growth. DNA changes that inactivate tumor suppressor genes can lead to uncontrolled cell growth and cancer. Cancer is a genetic disease. That is, it is caused by changes to genes that control the way our cells function, especially how they grow and divide. Genetic changes that cause cancer can happen because of errors that occur as cell divide, of damage to DNA, but caused by harmful substances in the environment, such as the chemicals in tobacco and ultraviolet rays from the sun. They were inherited from our parents. The body normally eliminates cells with damaged DNA before they turn cancerous, but the body's ability to do so goes down as we age. This is part of the reason why there is a higher risk of cancer later in life. Each person's cancer has a unique combination of genetic changes. As the cancer continues to grow, additional changes will occur. Even within the same tumor, different cells may have different genetic changes. Cancer is caused by certain changes to genes, the basic physical units of inheritance. Genes are arranged in long strands tightly packed DNA called chromosomes. There are more than 100 types of cancer. Types of cancer are usually named for organs or tissues when the cancers form. For example, lung cancer starts with lung and brain cancer starts in the brain. Here are some categories of cancer that begin in specific types of cells. Carcinomas are the most common type of cancer. They are formed by epithelial cells, which are the cells that cover the inside and outside surfaces of the body. There are many types of epithelial cells. Carcinomas that begin in different epithelial cells have specific. Adenocarcinoma is a cancer that forms in epithelial cells that produce fluids or mucus. Tissues with this type of epithelial cells are sometimes called granular tissue. Most cancers of the breast, colon, and the prostate are endocarcinomas. Basal cell carcinoma is a cancer that begins in lower or base layer of the epidermis, such as a person's outer layer of skin. Squamous cell carcinoma is a cancer that forms in squamous cells, which are epithelial cells that lie just beneath the outer surface of the skin. Squamous cells also line many other organs, including the stomach, intestines, lung, bladder, and kidneys. Squamous cells look flat, like fish scales, when under a microscope. Squamous cell carcinomas are sometimes called epidermal carcinoma. Transition cell carcinoma is a cancer that forms in a type of epithelial tissue called the transitional epithelium or urothelium. This tissue, which is made up many layers of epithelial cells that can get bigger and smaller, is found within lean veins of the blood, ureters, and part of the kidneys, node, and a few other organs. Some cancers of the bladder, ureters, and kidneys are transitional cell carcinomas. Soft tissue sarcoma forms in soft tissues of the body, including muscle, tendons, fat, blood vessels, lymph vessels, nerves, and tissue around joints. Sarcomas are cancers that form in bone and soft tissues, including muscle, fat, blood vessels, lymph vessels, and fibrous tissue, such as tendons and ligaments. Osteosarcoma is the most common cancer of the bone. The most common types of soft tissue sarcoma are leiomyosarcoma, Kaposi sarcoma, malignant fibrous histiocytoma, liposarcoma, and dermatofibrosarcoma protuberans. Cancers that begin in the flowform tissue of the bone marrow are called leukemias. These cancers do not form solid tumors. Instead, large numbers of abnormal white blood cells and leukemic blast cells build up in the blood and bone marrow, crowding out normal blood cells. The low level of normal blood cells can make it harder for the body to get oxygen from its tissue, control bleeding, or fight infection. There are 4 common types of leukemia, which is grouped based on how quickly the disease gets worse, acute or chronic, and on the type of blood cell. The cancer starts in lymphoblastic or myeloid. Acute forms of leukemias grow quickly, and chronic forms grow more slowly. Lymphoma is a cancer. It begins in lymphocytes, T cells, or B cells. These are disease-fighting white blood cells that are part of the immune system. In lymphoma, abnormal lymphocytes build up in lymph nodes and lymph vessels, as well as in other organs of the body. There are 2 main types of lymphoma. Hodgkin lymphoma. People with this disease have abnormal lymphocytes that are called red stem cells. These cells usually form from B cells. Multiple myeloma is a cancer that begins in plasma cells, another type of immune cell. The abnormal plasma cells, called myeloma cells, build up in the bone marrow and form tumors in bones all through the body. Multiple myeloma is also called plasma cell myeloma and Cancer disease. Melanoma. Melanoma is cancer that begins itself that becomes melanocytes. They're specialized cells that make melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color. Most melanomas form on the skin, but melanomas can also form in other pigmented tissues, such as the eye. There are different types of brain and spine called tumors. These tumors are named based on the type of cell in which they form and where the tumor first formed in the central nervous system. For example, an astotic tumor begins in star-shaped brain cells called astrocytes, which help keep nerve cells healthy. Brain tumors can be benign, as cancer, or malignant cancer. Germ cell tumors are a type of tumor that begins in the cell that give rise to sperm or eggs. These tumors can occur almost anywhere in the body and can be either benign or malignant. Neuroendocrine tumors form from cells that release hormones into the blood in response to a signal from the nervous system. These tumors, which may make higher than normal amounts of hormones, can cause any difference. Neuroendocrine tumors may be benign or malignant. Carcinoid tumors. Carcinoid tumors are a type of neuroendocrine tumors. They are slow-growing tumors that are usually found in the gastrointestinal system, most often in the rectum and small intestine. Carcinoid tumors may spread to the liver or other sites of the body. They are slow-growing tumors that are usually found in the gastrointestinal system, most often in the rectum and small intestine. Carcinoid tumors may spread to the liver or other sites in the body, but they may secrete citizens such as serotonin or prostaglandins, causing carcinoid tumors. And the last one. So thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.